Christoph Zielinski. I'm a professor of medical oncology and clinical immunology at Medical University of Vienna. Now, I was for the last 5 years the editor-in-chief of ESMO Open Cancer Horizons, but we were a team which consisted of Professor Matthias Breuer and Dr. Anna Berghoff, who was responsible for public relations. ESMO Open Cancer Horizons has been established as a clinical journal mainly, or very, very late translational. So we're aiming for phase 1, phase 2, phase 3 studies. We're aiming for quality of life studies from major clinical trials. But of course, what we're very much interested in is in cutting edge medical knowledge about clinical decision-making in such situations like, for instance, cardiac failure or hepatic dysfunction or renal dysfunction, etc. So where we're aiming at is to cover problems which are seen by the clinician very, very often, but are not really covered by the everyday literature. Now, on top of it, we are very much aligned with the European Medicines Agency, and we loved this interaction very much, and we appreciate this very much, and very much like to comment on new registrations and new developments. Now, what is an important issue, of course, for us is an interaction with ESMO and the clinical decision-making, but also the generation of aims ESMO is looking at. Like, for instance, we've been very much involved in the magnitude of clinical benefit scale and publications on that, but also on more societal problems like the involvement of women, gender questions, and other aspects which we deem important in academia in general and in oncology in particular. We have generated an impact factor of 5.3 to 9. What we're offering is very rapid turnover, particularly in such papers where we consider that they are not worthwhile to be published. The median acceptance time is about 22 days, and where any author can get a very qualified impression of what peers think about the content of each submitted paper. Now, finally, what we are aiming at is, of course, a very close interaction with young oncologists. So we have a lot of young oncologists in the editorial board and also as associate editors. So what we're trying to be is a very new, very modern, and very youth-oriented journal where we want to have newest insights published by particularly young investigators. Well, we want to have a much broader audience. And finally, what we want to achieve is to expand our impact factor